Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hobb. It is Sunday, October 26th, 2025. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're well today. If you're new to this podcast, please be sure to check out my website at lisahobb.com. I'm also on Instagram under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hobb, and I'm on Facebook under the business page Lisa M. Hobb, Spiritual Coach and Medium. Also want to say to you that over the last weekish, someone decided to try and scam my followers on Facebook by sending them direct messages telling them that I had a message for them. I will never ever do that. So please, if you get an email from me that doesn't make sense, ignore it. All right? I don't know what to do about it. I know that people much more famous than me have this issue. And I was, and there is a part of me who's like, I've been discovered. But I never want my clients or potential clients to be scammed or to be uncomfortable, right? And so please, if it has happened, ignore it. And if it does happen in the future, please ignore it. I only communicate through a newsletter. Or if you've already made an appointment and I'm contacting you, or through what I broadcast here on my podcast, on social media, for everyone to see. I will never contact you directly trying to get you to try and sell you something. All right, never, ever, 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 for the rest of my days. All right, and for those of you who might have received that email and listen every week, thank you so much. I love your feedback. I love your comments on, if you're on YouTube and such. Thank you. It's so important to me. We are here to serve each other, and this is one of the ways I serve. And when it impacts people in a positive way, it just is a great validation, and it causes me to want to serve even more. So thank you. All right, the topic today. Well, I missed last week's podcast. I think it's like the third one I've missed in like years. So being a bit of a holiday girl, I was like, it's kind of like the year without a Santa Claus for this podcast week. But I've been traveling, and I traveled like all at once into all kinds of states. And so, unfortunately, I was delayed in Florida, the first state I visited, through the plane. And it caused me not to have time before traveling again to do the podcast. And then I said this morning that maybe I should have just, record it on my phone and send it over. Like, really did something different. I kind of regret that I, didn't do it in another way. So, there might be some changes with that in the future, not just sitting at my laptop recording on this microphone. But for now, I'm back. And so over the last week and a half, I've, as I said, been to Florida. I also left on a road trip, drove from New Jersey into Pennsylvania, Ohio, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Minnesota, South Dakota, Iowa. I think I hit them all. And the only two states I've traveled to before was, of course, my home state here in New Jersey, but also Pennsylvania, and Florida. I've been to Florida before, but I went to a new town in Florida. So the road trip, though, was about, instead of flying, experiencing my country and states. And I drove around and through Chicago. I drove through red states and blue states. And you know what I found out? They have more in common than they don't. And kindness and generosity and excitement and laid back I was traveling in South Dakota where the speed limit was 80 and nobody was going 80. Everyone's like, nah. And you can go ahead of me. Safety and, smiles. And also I noticed that there's technology, like modern technology, like windmills, which we have in New Jersey, and sometimes there's a little bit of a workup about them, whether they're good or bad, whether they should be there, whether they should be expanded. But I was a bit surprised to see them in Iowa. They were in Minnesota. I believe they're also in South Dakota. I don't know that I remember them in Indiana, but I was like, oh, they're here. They're here too? I always thought that maybe because of what you're told about states, that they wouldn't have things that would help them like that. So I got some nice, wonderful little surprises like that. I also got what I expected, cheese in Wisconsin being promoted. But I went with no expectations overall. I went with less experience what's out there, and I knew I'd have wonderful surprises, that I would see similarities that you're not told on the internet or the news about. It's all about, isn't it, a lot, divisiveness, differences. But really, we don't have a lot that's different about us. What we do have about us that's different are beliefs. I passed by a sign in Iowa that said, vote morally. It was on the highway, because I did all highways for the most part, except for a little trek through neighborhoods in Chicago because of a highway closure. But when I passed by this sign on this highway, it said, vote morally and vote to ban gay marriage. And vote to ban abortion. And old Lisa would react to that. And would think that comes from a place of negativity or hatred or, lack of love. Let's call it lack of love. On this road trip, when I saw that sign, I just thought, oh, that's their environment. That's where they're at. That's what they know. That's how they grew up. And it's that simple. We can only know what we know, what we've been exposed to. And they think and feel that they're coming from a place of love. And love is connected to morals, quote, morals. And we have to ban it, we have to stop it. And sure, it's based in religion. But it's important to understand we should never judge another. There's no judgment in the other realm, in heaven. We judge ourselves through looking at others here, and we judge ourselves when we get to heaven through that review. Think about it. When you judge, you're really judging you. You're really coming from your place of judgment. Even when someone judges you, it's coming from you. You have put what's inside of you onto the outside environment. And if you're a weekly listener, you've heard me say this before. There is no separation between us and God that we don't make. We make it. There's no entity that separates us from them. That energy of God is within us. It's in our DNA. And we create from that energy and we project it onto our environment. So what you see and what you feel, what you believe is what you get. And so I went wide open on my road trip to see what would I really get authentically if I had no expectations, and I just was wide open. And what I got was the best of humanity. Kindness. Over kindness. Smiles. Gratitude. Sometimes I would be eating in restaurants and I would see people side-eyeing me. Side-eyeing. And I just got this feeling it's like they know that we're traveling through, that we're not from around these parts. And it was like they were looking like, what did they want to perceive about me? Or what did I perceive about them? But it wasn't judgment. It was just, how's this going to go? And I made a point to smile and to be extra kind, which was taken with gratitude, received. I love giving. It's fun. Not when it's expected that I should give, but when I want to. And I love that people naturally wanted to give to me. Because it's that flow. And that's how you heal things up. And if you're perceptive and conscious, that's how you change beliefs. When I saw traveling through, quote, red states, blue states, I saw windmill technology. People were very much alike to each other. A little bit more suspenders in Iowa. A lot more farm. But people were still making through their day, dealing with their stresses, trying to get along. No, welcoming, helpful, happy, grateful, all of that, the same. We're all made of the same. It's about what we embody. Don't acquire your beliefs and perceptions for what you've been taught and what you perceive on the news and on social media. I loved that I had to travel through the neighborhoods in Chicago. And there was children waiting for the school bus. And what I loved, I'm going to share this with you, is that everywhere I drove, there were people that let me out in traffic. No one wanted to drive recklessly. Nobody really, like 80 in South Dakota was doing the speed limit. But when I got back to home, that's when the stress was there, the anxiety in people, the unsafe driving. I was like, wow. People in New Jersey have to chill. Where I went, and it's not a knock to New Jersey, it's just a call for healing. Where I went, none of that was happening. It was everybody just trying to live their best life and get along and giving the best of themselves. Disease we cause ourselves, true, through that nervous system that's not balanced and taken care of. The anxiety, the stress, that I'm in a hurry, I have places to be, get out of my way. That harms us. It's so important to be in the present moment to live your best life. I am focusing now on doing what's called the work. The work is centering in meditation, reading. I do it, but I'm going to do it even more. Taking care of my vessel, body, mind, and spirit. Because what I promote in myself will overflow out to others. It's not dense in population in the states I travel to, unless you're in a city. And because it's not dense, I feel, it may very well be that they don't have really the anxiety or the potential for anxiety that is there in other areas. But they also may not have the access to information, and I don't mean normal information like news. I mean access to an ability, information that would help them change their beliefs. They might be a little bit more clustered or buffered. And so when I saw the sign, and there was other things I saw, but when I saw particularly this sign, I'm using it as an example about morally voting. I didn't judge like I used to in the past. Like, oh, they're hateful towards people. It's more the reaction I would normally get in the past. It was, oh, that's only what they know. It was just unknowing like that. It's just what they know. And the way to counteract that sign is only through love and through understanding. Love, impenetrable love. It's never changed another's beliefs through anger, attacks, anything that can break down. War never brings peace. No matter what you think, it doesn't. But if you stand there and no matter what's being thrown at you, you come from a place of love, you will erode what's coming at you. It is the cure, and it's given to us. It's our godliness that's within us. It's the answer to everything, as I always say to you, because it's the truth. Heaven would say to you today, love and be fearless, because fear comes from survival mentality. And humanity is always trying to survive for thousands of years. But we always survive. We're always going to be all right. It's always going to work out, even when it's harder. So know, without ego, without arrogance, that some people only know what they know. And give them the best of yourselves. Because when you give out the best of yourself, you get the best back too, because people will respond. All about it. Thank you so much. Here's extra. And I don't fake it. I love that I generally can feel it. I love that particular wonderful worker that I came in contact with on my travels. I loved being generous with that person. It made my morning because I know it made theirs, and it was just a higher vibration. Keep your frequency as high as you can, as high vibe as you can. Again, you cannot change the world through being angry with what's going on, through being angry with a person, through hate, through violence. You can only change it through love, through higher consciousness actions and beliefs. It's the only way to do it. When I came back to my home state again, it made me just smile right now because some of the people that I met out, and again, not a knock to my state, but some of the people that I met in South Dakota would probably be like, what is wrong with these people? This is harsh. And these people would probably say to them in my state, I've just got a lot on my plate. And they would say, me too. Spend some time walking in nature. Spend some time smiling. We need to smile more. We need to feel joy more. We need to feel the blessings and see the blessings more. When you do that, you're being God. And then God will show that energy will show itself to you more. I saw godliness in everyone when I was on my travels. You can too. And yes, we are human, and we have moments. I have moments when I will moan when I see things, when I catch things on the news or whatever. Or I'm talking about people. But then I remember that the moaning is not going to cure anything or make it better. That the outrage can only be fixed through loving action. That if we don't like what we see and get, we can always change it for the better. But do know that we are more alike than we are different. Know that. The people I came in contact with, they honor history. They honor their families. They honor sacrifice. We are all the same like that. But know that only our beliefs make us different. And they can change at any time. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for listening. If you're new to this podcast, and always, please be sure to check out my website at lisahop.com for my upcoming events and about my work. And follow me on all the social media. So very important. For me. It's important to me. But also I hope that it helps you. Because that's what it's all about. Helping and serving each other and getting through this life together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A wonderful Sunday, a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you next time.